Davidna, Davidna, Davidna. Belarus has chosen VAL to sing at Eurovision 2020. This is a feminist song with a very strong message, and I think we should talk about it. Are you ready? Let's do this! Yes, hello Minsk, dobry dan, dobre veche, if it is the evening. Val is singing Davidna. I quickly want to read you the meaning of the song. This is by Rinske on the wiwibloggs website. She's talking about the lyrics and she says, Davidna carries a strong feminist message. Over its 3 minutes, the life of a woman in an unhappy forced marriage unfolds. In the first verse, the woman is heard questioning her life, asking why she ended up with her current man, whom she did not choose. But at night, when she is asleep, she comes to life. There is freedom in her head, if not in her reality. Very dark, very dark. Angus, what do you think?
So I have to admit, this isn't one of my favorites this year, and it's not. I think the Davidna hook kind of eventually gets in your head. There's sort of the dance breakdown, which is a bit quirky and fun. But yeah, it just kind of, it neither moves me nor in either direction. I'm not particularly like, I don't like this. I do like this. It's just very middle of the road for me. I think they had some kind of quirkier styling at the national final that maybe made it a little bit visually. And one of these where they have like the dance routine thing that we saw as a trend this year of having kind of everyone shot at sort of a viral moment that on Twitter everyone will go wild doing this. But yeah, I mean, as much as the Davidna hook stays in my head, the rest of the song I sort of struggles to find something to latch onto, or kind of remember or internalize. And ultimately, it's not that I skip over it in the playlist. It's actually more the worst thing of not really noticing that it's been on, and it will kind of come and go. So yeah, it doesn't fill me with joy, we can say, but I'm not totally offended by it either.
Yeah, I mean, I actually am quite fond of it. I think I like it more because I compare what Belarus have said in the past. I'm not the world's biggest Belarus fan typically, but this one I really do enjoy. I really like her voice as well. I mean, if Eurovision were going ahead, that crystal wig thing would have to go. But I mean, other than that, I really enjoy the song. I think it's a really nice chill out song. To listen to whilst you're working, something like that. And let's face it, we need a playlist like that at the moment, working from home. But yeah, I think it's a really nice background song. That's kind of an issue when it comes to Eurovision, because you don't want a background song. You want oh damn, let's vote for this. But I actually do. I find it extremely pleasant, I think, is the review I'm giving it there. I mean, I was surprised when I found out what it's about, because I didn't know. And, when I found out what it's about, I was like, oh, wow, okay. The sound doesn't match up with what its meaning is to me. But I do think it sounds kind of more like it's not going to be so depressing. It's going to be a bit happier. But I really enjoy it. I think it's a great song. Yeah.
Yeah, starting with that headpiece, Azerbaijan's Effendi is serving Cleopatra, whereas Val is serving a woman in denial that she's not Cleopatra, so she went to the party store and bought a wig. It is a little cheap. I, of course, was on the jury in Belarus, and I remember when people were talking, and I asked them, the jurors rather, why did you vote for this? Everyone's kind of said the same thing independently. It has something special. There's something, but no one could really pinpoint what that was. But there was something about this that felt contemporary and like something you would hear on Spotify with some tweaks. We got to remember the Belarusian national selection was not, Melody Festival and level in terms of song quality. But I think at the competition, things did look more visually interesting than people expected. And so this was already a strong studio cut relative to the others, but then the staging was so different with that Loreen-esque bright background, very Melody Festival in 2015 interval, the lights. There was something modern, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so it is curious that the lyrics are about a very ancient topic, or not ancient, but certainly outdated topic of arranged marriage. Who knew this was still going on in contemporary Belarus? With this woman apparently, she's apparently experiencing this. The chorus goes, until dawn, I am not alone. Until dawn, the sharp moon unites us. So maybe the man she really loves can see the moon, and she can see the moon, and so they share this moment. How sad and depressing. But instead, she ended up with a dude on the keyboard who goes like this. So I might be slightly annoyed too if the rest of my life was going to consist of this. Virality, honey. Virality. Quick question for you. Do you think this had any chance of going to the final with stage tweaks? Angus?
In a word, no, for a couple reasons. For one thing, it was in semi-final 1, which I think was the tougher of the two, so the maths counts against it anyway. But yeah, it is the kind of thing that stays in the semi-finals, because it's neither kind of so outrageously offensive that it has like a diehard minority of people that will block vote for that song to go through, nor is it kind of pleasant or entertaining or that kind of broad appeal track that goes for in that sense. Instead, it's just the kind of thing that is overlooked. So you can easily see it being kind of like an 11, 12, or 13 in a semi, well, actually 11's maybe a bit generous, but kind of like a 12, 13, 14 in those bigger semi-finals. I mean, it's a shame because I think she has quite a nice voice, the lead vocalist. And, you know, there are some sonic moments in it, but yeah, I fail to see what would inspire people to vote this through to the grand final in a weaker semi-final, and in that semi-final, kind of no way Jose, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you say, in either semi-final, I don't think it would have gone through. Like, I like it, but there was no way this was going to make it to the final. You know, it is just so, like I said, it's like background music. It's not like people are going to, I hate being so mean, but people would have gone to the loo at that moment when after it starts. It's so, and like, it's something I've criticised other songs for in the past. It's quite vanilla. I do think it is more contemporary vanilla, but I do think it is quite. It's just pleasant, isn't it? And that's not getting you anywhere in Eurovision. It's fine for your Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify that comes up. You'll listen to it. You're not adding it to your favourite playlist, though. You know, it's not making it. Well, it wouldn't have made it. Sorry, it's no. It's just too. In the background, it's just too kind of. There were other songs in that semi-final. I mean, like you say, that was the semi-final of death. This was in kind of contest with 2018 semi-final 1 level of glory of how good the semi-final was. So no way.
So I think I thought this could elevate a lot for Eurovision. If we look back to Ivan from Belarus, this is kind of the example I love to draw on. Belarus can take a song that's like so-so, and then when they get it right, they really get it right. I thought Ivan's staging was really memorable. He didn't make the final, but there was great ambition there, and you could see why it would have. And so with this, after the national final, I was like, okay, you know, they've got a few days. If they can come up with something by HOD meeting, they could make this work. But then again, it is in the semifinal of death, so like, it's a tough one. I think it would have struggled. However, I don't think it was totally out of the question. And I'm probably biased because I know the HOD and she's very creative. And I know that she's able to like see things and reshape things. And so I had hope for the potential here, definitely. But it was definitely an uphill climb. But I don't think this is an embarrassing injury. I don't think this is not like something they should be ashamed of at all. I think it's improved a lot. And I think there was an idea there. And, you know, I'd love to see them come back to the national selection if it happens again with something perhaps a bit more fully formed, because I felt like this was still in the demo stage, and had it had more time to evolve, it could have been, you know, even better. In any case, why don't we go around and give our scores out of 10, Angus?
So it's actually a 4 from me. And yeah, I think that reflects kind of the fact that it doesn't, you know, do much for me, but I'm not outright offended by it, so it doesn't necessarily get a negative score. It is just kind of in the middle of the pack there for me, and kind of, yeah, it doesn't do a lot for me, this we can say.
I gave it a 7. I actually really do like it. I think, like you say, it's so contemporary. It's definitely interesting. And you know, I do listen to it quite a bit. Like say, for just whilst working at home, it's a really good song to have on the playlist for that. It's definitely been added to that kind of mix. So yeah, I really do enjoy it. So yeah, 7.
I can never predict what scores y'all are going to get. The narrative never matches the score. Because Lucy was like, this is pleasant. 7. No, but it's
I said I liked it.
That's true. You did. So I gave this what is for me a very average score. I gave it a 6. But, you know, that's not like... Well, actually, maybe 5 would be average. So this is slightly above average for me. The reasons I've already stated. In any case, we are not the only Wiwi jurors. There are more than 50 of them all over the world, ranging in age from 18 to over 60, in countries from the United States to Venezuela to Australia to Russia, honey. And the overall average across all these people is 5.73.
Respectable.
Yeah, I mean, this is... I'll say in the bottom half. Yeah, so it's not a home run. However, it's not a total strikeout either.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Like, I think that's kind of bang on for where I would have placed this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Like, I know most people won't like it as much as I did. So, I think 5.75 is pretty bang on for this. I think that's, perfect score for it, really, overall.
well, that's what we think. What do you think? What score do you give Belarus out of 10? Are you surprised that the lyrics tackle such a dark topic? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, let us know what you think about the song in the comments below, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video from wiwibloggs.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at wiwibloggs.
We'll see you later.
Bye.